Um, all your life, man, you've been an athlete, all right, and exceptional athlete. You know, now you're 6'5", 190 pounds, 40-inch vertical jump. You have all this ability, all this knowledge, and for somebody to tell you you can never play the game of football again, what did that do for you emotionally as a man, then also as a fan of the game of football?
I quit watching football. I quit playing football, video games. I quit talking about football. My family members knew not to even talk about football around me. I um, I shut down away from football for some years. I kind of distanced myself from my former teammates because whenever I saw them, I thought about football. So it changed me a lot.
What people around you, friends and family, that always was in your corner? Um, what did they do for you emotionally to handle this
Yeah,
problem?
I feel, like I said, I apologize to people around me because I lashed out. Anybody that tried to talk to me or, you know, um, or say anything about, we know, no, nobody knew. Ain't nobody like set a goal and you lose it just like that. I was living right. I wasn't involved in the streets of East Chicago. I was making good decisions, and I kind of feel like, how could this happen to me? I'm trying to be a positive role model. I'm trying to show these kids you can make millions of dollars without doing the wrong things in these streets, and you can make it out of East Chicago. So I didn't allow anybody to really be around me, and even my mom, she kind of would walk on eggshells around me. Not that she was scared of me, but she just knew that I didn't want to be talked to about none of that. I just wanted to just pretty much just sit around and just do what I wanted to do.
Now you went for a second opinion, correct?
Yeah,
Um, what happened with that?
same thing. You know, you would never pass a physical. You got a heart murmur. I'm asking if I could sign a waiver and say, can I play even though I got this condition? And he just said to violate everything, even if I'm signing a paper saying I agree that if I down the field, then that's what it is. Because I wanted to at least get a year or two. I'm pretty sure I could have made it through college um, without taking a major hit. But I feel like even if I could make a year or two in the NFL and you know retire, or even if I did, get hit and died on the field in the NFL, they allow me in. At least that contract and that money would be there for my family.
How did it feel not being able to play a college down of football, official college down of football?
I really didn't think about that, man. I knew I could play. It was all kind of universities I could have played at. So I didn't really think about that. It's just a situation that I was put in, and like whatever went wrong, whatever could have went wrong did go wrong. So football is football. I went against some of the top players in the nation on a daily basis through high school and college. So I watched a lot of guys who I had great days on. I watched them play on Sundays. So it's what it is. It's just we gotta have something else playing for me.
As you know, one of Athletes Live's network biggest things, man, is going around really trying to compare, greatest players, different eras. You was one of the ones like myself, Dino, Chris Brothers, and many others who had the opportunity to see the early stages of East Chicago Central and get the feedback on East Chicago now, as far as players. So I want to get from you is I want to get your best players from each position, and then your overall best player, and then where do you stand at in Central history? So quarterback.
Quarterback, like I said, I keep up with the Athletes Live website. A lot of people been coming right out saying Keon Frazier. Keon Frazier was a great quarterback. I think a lot of y'all need to start thinking about my brother, not just because he's my brother, but Greg Gillis was an exceptional athlete, and he was a great quarterback. Not just an athlete, Greg was a quarterback. My brother ran like a 4.4 40, and I don't know how many other people can say this, but I've caught balls from Keon, and I've caught balls from Greg. Um, Greg had a stronger arm than Keon. I think he was more accurate than Keon too, but Greg was part of Coach E's system where they ran the ball. He also had like I think Pachi his receivers. I remember going to his practices. His receivers couldn't catch his passes in warm-ups. So I mean, he didn't have the opportunity to throw the ball. I think Greg Gillis is the best quarterback in the history of Chicago Central history. Um, it'd be a 1A 1B thing, and then statistically and just for what he did, you got to say Keon Frazier. So I would say 1A 1B, but if we just going by talent and what that person was able to do, if I could get an all-star team together and everybody in their prime, I want Greg Gillis to be my quarterback.
Running back.
Hands down, Martell France Penn. I mean, Royce Robertson did his thing. Aaron Smith was real good, but and what Martell France did, you can't compare it, man. Like I say, I witnessed a lot of East Chicago football. Like I mean when Brian Hudson was the running back. Penn was just a monster, man. He was like Emmitt Smith when he was at Florida. He was just fast enough where you want to go catch him, and he was so strong that you want to go tackle him. I mean, he made plays. I remember one time going to Kentucky and watching Penn score 7 touchdowns in one game. And that was a weird game because they played 2 days. The first half of the game, he had like 4 or 5 touchdowns, I think, in the first half. And then it started, lightning real bad. So we all had to stay in hotels and come back, and they played the second day, and he scored like 2. I don't even think he played that whole game because Royce Robertson was scoring something that game too.
Yeah,
he could have scored like 10 touchdowns if he wanted to, even more.
I remember that. Fullback
A tough one, man. Gotta say, Royce Love was a beast. My boy Billings, he did his thing. He had a great opportunity, great system. It was a great system for him. Everybody said Carl Billings, and I probably got to agree with everybody else because Royce Love didn't get the opportunity to show if he can catch the ball. Both of them, Royce Love was a little faster than Carl. Probably same power. Carl may have been a little stronger than Royce, but I seen Carl catch a corner route against Kokomo and take it to the house. How many 250-pound fullbacks you see do that? So that play right there just stick in my head would put Carl above Royce Love.
Offensive lineman.
Man, TC. That was a tough one for me though because I saw Tom Mikowski play too, and everybody say Tom Mikowski, but I don't think Tom Mikowski could even block TC. TC was a monster. People were scared of TC. Like in East Chicago, we ain't scared of nobody, especially if you're on that football field. I saw like a lot of tough guys get scared. And not because he was going to beat them up, because of what he could do to them on that field. TC took a lot of manhood from some people. I've seen a few good guys who came up in our freshman class. When we got to varsity sophomore year, took a couple hits from TC and quit. And these guys who probably would have been all area guys, linebackers, safeties, they found out that the game was real when TC put them pads on them.
D lineman.
Everybody want to say Rob Smith. I watched Rob play. Rob was like his brother Aaron, man. He just a freak of nature. He was bigger than everybody, he was stronger than everybody. So he just manhandled people. Skill-wise, the best D lineman I ever seen, not only in high school, and we had a few D linemen go to the NFL that we got to witness out here in Northern Iowa, is O. Man, O was a monster. O was so good that we had to take him out in practice so we could run plays. Like, we couldn't even run plays. Coach would be like, we can't block him. O got to come out for a few plays so we could run plays. That was the ultimate content. And you know what? And as headstrong as our senior class was, none of us disagreed. We weren't like, Coach, no, keep him in here. We like, yeah, get him out because we can't even get the ball off. We can't even hand the ball off. He in the backfield for Marcus can hand it off. So, and he wasn't no big guy. O ain't even 6 feet, is he?
No, barely.
Barely 6 feet. He just put on his equipment, man. He just get naked, put his equipment on, come out there, man. Dude, he didn't even have a piece of tape on, man. He just come out there.
Nothing.
I don't even know if he put on socks. I mean, the dude just come out there and just dominate, man. I mean, he out there looking bad, but he making everybody else look bad while he looking bad. I mean, just I ain't never seen nothing like it, man. I used to be wondering, like, every now and then I used to want to just, like, not go out and block and see how he was beating everybody like that. I mean, couldn't even get the ball off. So, hands down.
Linebacker.
Somebody that I didn't hear a lot of people talk about is two people. Adrian Nas and Ted Compton was real good. East Chicago, they had a lot of good linebackers and not many great ones, man. Best linebacker I ever seen, though. Now, this is what I seen. It is not just because of talent and size. It's Prep, man. Prep was a junior on a team of Division I athletes, of seniors, and that dude motivated that defense. He was the heart and soul of the defense. He was a junior. I mean, full of seniors. I remember watching Prep, like, walk up to the a hole one day and tell the lineman, I'm about to blitz right here. Then he bagged up, came back, said, I'm about to blitz right here. Bagged up, quarterback snapped the ball. He blitzed right there and tackled the quarterback before he even got to hand the ball off. And that right there, man, I was like, this crazy. I mean, the dude was smaller than everybody on the field and was running around just laying people out. Like, all the other guys had all the physical, attributes. This dude just played hard, fundamental tackle. I mean, you had him outweighed by about 80 pounds, and I seen y'all had collisions, that he won. So, I mean, it's just like, how does that happen? He a freak of nature, man. So, Prep.
Cornerback.
Yeah. Cornerback tricky, man, because I didn't get to see the Keon Jackson play corner.
Yeah, but he came after us.
Yeah, I never saw Keon Jackson play, but I did see him play safety in college. He's an athlete. I went against Chris Browder every day in practice, and I can tell you this, man. He was the most competition I went against was against him in practice. I mean, I think against Kokomo, that dude that guarded me signed with Purdue. Yeah. And I got him for 11 catches, and he wasn't nowhere near as good as Chris Browder. I mean, I got to watch Al play, Killer. Brian was good. But at cornerback, I mean, I heard about Davi. What he was doing. That's my guy from the crib. I heard about the interception returns and, what he was doing. Also, somebody I heard everybody talk about is Kyle Monroe and Kai Gillis. I got to watch one of their games, man, and that was like I think that was the best corner duo Central ever had, man. Like, you couldn't throw to neither one of them dudes' sides, and then, like, it was both of them hit, both of them came up and made plays. But I'm gonna have to go with Stunt, man, just because sometimes he was able to guard me.
Safety.
Damon Glenn. I saw Damon Glenn play, man. I watched every one of Damon Glenn games too, man. Dude was fast, man. Like, I don't know what he ran a 40 in, but I think he was even faster than Jahi. But he was just talented, man. I think, like, if he had better hands, he probably would have did better in Wisconsin, but he did good. Another guy that I want to kind of throw in that mix, man, is Jahi Garrett. I remember my sophomore year, we was playing in the sectionals, and we was playing the Wallace. I was playing corner, and they ran the option, and I messed up on my assignment one time, and the quarterback they had was fast, man. I remember his first name, his last name was Frazier, and like I messed up on my assignment, and I got caught in, and Jahi was so fast, man. Jahi, I mean, and I ain't never been a slow dude. I messed up, so I'm running, and I'm trying to get back to the outside to get to Frazier. Jahi shoots past me, man. He hit Frazier while he falling. They still ain't even hit the ground yet. He turned around while they falling, looked back at me and like, you got to keep your assignment before they even hit the ground. And I was like, man, he just really do that? Then he tackled this dude, and while he tackling him, he just told me what I need to do. So, I mean, I want to throw Jahi in there too, man. He had a lot of injuries, so he didn't get to show his talent like I should have.
Okay.